How Ronaldinho rose to become football's most electrifying legend, from Jogo Bonito to worldwide icon Globe sparkles. Before the trophies, before the Ballon d'Or, before the standing ovation at the Bernabeu, there was just a boy with a ball, and a smile that refused to fade. He didn't run like the others. He didn't dribble like the others. He didn't even think like the others. He played as if football was music, and he was dancing to a rhythm only he could hear. When Ronaldinho touched the ball, defenders froze. When he smiled, the world smiled with him. This isn't just the story of a footballer. It's the story of how joy conquered stadiums, how flair defeated fear, and how one man turned Jogo Bonito into a global language. This is how Ronaldinho became football's most electrifying legend. Chapter 1. Born into football. In Porto Alegre, Brazil, football wasn't a hobby. It was oxygen. Ronaldinho was born into a family where the game flowed naturally. His father played professionally. His brother pursued the sport seriously. The house wasn't just filled with furniture, it was filled with football conversations, strategies, dreams. From an early age, the ball became an extension of his personality. While other children kicked the ball, Ronaldinho spoke to it. He developed control that seemed unnatural. He dribbled in tight spaces. He improvised constantly. But the magic wasn't accidental. It was repetition. Street football. Futsal courts. Unstructured creativity. Brazil's streets don't teach fear. They teach flair. Chapter 2. The essence of Jogo Bonito. Jogo Bonito means the beautiful game. For many, it's a phrase. For Ronaldinho, it was identity. Brazilian football historically celebrated creativity over rigidity. Expression over structure. The player wasn't just an athlete, he was an artist. Ronaldinho embodied that philosophy perfectly. He didn't calculate moves like a machine. He felt them. Every elastico. Every no-look pass. Every impossible flick. It wasn't about humiliation. It was about imagination. Chapter 3. The breakthrough at Grêmio. At Grêmio, Ronaldinho's talent exploded into visibility. He wasn't physically imposing. He wasn't the fastest. But he had unpredictability, the rarest currency in football. Opponents couldn't read him. One moment he'd slow the game down. The next he'd accelerate through defenders. Scouts took notice. Europe started watching. And destiny prepared to expand his stage. Chapter 4. Paris, the first European canvas. When Ronaldinho joined Paris Saint-Germain, Europe met samba rhythm. France became his testing ground. Here, structure challenged flair. Discipline challenged improvisation. He dazzled League One with technique rarely seen. But there were questions. Could he become consistent? Could he lead? Could he dominate Europe? The answers would arrive in Spain. Chapter 5. Barcelona, where magic met legacy. When Ronaldinho signed for FC Barcelona, the club was searching for revival. Barcelona needed hope. Ronaldinho brought joy. The transformation was immediate. Camp Nou became a theater. Defenders slipped. Crowds gasped. Cameras followed every touch. He didn't just win matches. He changed atmosphere. Barcelona shifted from rebuilding club to global spectacle. Chapter 6. The night Madrid applauded. There are moments that define legacy. One such moment came at the Santiago Bernabeu. Ronaldinho scored twice against Real Madrid in El Clásico. The second goal was devastating: pace, precision, composure. And then something extraordinary happened. Real Madrid fans stood and applauded. Rivals acknowledging brilliance. That's when legend status becomes undeniable. Chapter 7. The Ballon d'Or crown. In 2005, Ronaldinho won the Ballon d'Or. Recognition wasn't just about goals. It was about influence. He made children fall in love with football again. He made professionals respect artistry again. He restored romance to a game drifting toward structure. Chapter 8. The 2002 World Cup, global validation. With Brazil national football team, Ronaldinho reached global glory at the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Alongside Ronaldo and Rivaldo, he formed a trio that terrified defenses. His famous free kick goal against England stunned the world, a strike that blurred the line between audacity and genius. Brazil lifted the trophy, and Ronaldinho's name became global. Chapter 9. Influence on a generation. Young players watched him obsessively. One of them was a teenager named Lionel Messi. Ronaldinho assisted Messi's first Barcelona goal. Symbolic. A magician handing the ball to the future. His influence extended beyond tactics, it reshaped mentality. You could be joyful and dominant. Chapter 10. Style beyond football. Ronaldinho wasn't just an athlete. He was culture. The headband, The wide smile. The dancing celebrations. Brands embraced him. Fans adored him. He wasn't intimidating. He was inviting. That distinction made him globally beloved. Chapter 11. The contrast with the modern era. As football evolved, physicality intensified. Players like Cristiano Ronaldo embodied athletic discipline and relentless optimization. Ronaldinho represented freedom. Both paths led to greatness. But Ronaldinho's was uniquely human, imperfect, expressive, unforgettable. Chapter 12. The peak and the fade. Every legend faces decline, injuries, lifestyle, changing club dynamics. Ronaldinho's peak burned bright and fast. His time at AC Milan showed flashes of brilliance, but the dominance of Barcelona years was unmatched. Yet even in decline, the aura remained. Chapter 13. Why electrifying matters more than longevity. Some players dominate statistics. Others dominate imagination. Ronaldinho belonged to the second category. He didn't just win games. He created memories. And memories outlive numbers. Chapter 14. The emotional connection. Ask fans why they loved Ronaldinho, and they rarely mention tactics. They mention feeling. Watching him play felt like childhood. Pure, unfiltered, unpredictable. Chapter 15. The global icon. From Brazil to Europe to Asia, Ronaldinho became universally recognized. He transcended club loyalties. Even rival fans admired him. That's rare in football's tribal culture. Chapter 16. Legacy defined. What makes a legend? Trophies, influence, moments. Ronaldinho checks all three. But above all, he restored wonder. Chapter 17. The philosophy of joy. In a sport increasingly shaped by data and discipline, Ronaldinho remains a reminder. Football is art before it is analytics. He proved that smiling doesn't weaken competitiveness. It enhances it. Final reflection. Why Ronaldinho endures. There are players who dominate eras. And there are players who define them. Ronaldinho defined an era of joy. He rose from Brazilian streets to global icon not because he chased perfection, but because he embraced expression. From Gremio to PSG to Barcelona. From World Cup glory to Ballon d'Or brilliance. He didn't just play football. He made it beautiful again. And long after tactics evolve and systems change, one image will remain timeless. A smiling Brazilian, dancing past defenders, reminding the world why we fell in love with the game. Sparkles soccer ball.